that you're everything I need, everything I need. So tell me now, because I just have to know. Do I make you wanna run away with me? Do I really make you feel like you don't need anyone? Do I make you wanna run, just be wild and free? Do I really make you feel like you don't need anyone else, like you don't need anyone else, because all I need is you.
And now, with great fanfare,
get ready to meet someone special. Check it out. Motivation and inspiration, just as good as pineapple on pizza.
Congratulations.
You scream, we scream, we all scream for...
it's the Vaping Heat on Mixin and Chillin with Hunky Vape. Hello and welcome, everyone. Wonderful holiday weekend. Hope you all have a fantastic Christmas, a fantastic Boxing Day. As you can tell, I've wholly adopted the MASH version of Boxing Day.
I'm just going to turn you up.
Not quite loud enough.
No, my end.
You can...
I think the children have been on the computer, and for whatever reason, they blocked the volume right down, and I'm deaf as a post, so the tape gets whacked back up when I'm going.
Yeah.
Gotta be done, man. Gotta be done.
So, hello, Dusty Country Road. You first in chat this week.
As always.
Sean Lynch, Flavrz, Flavor Concentrates. Hello and welcome. Becca Nichols. Hello and welcome. Wonderful to see all of you here. And since it's a lovely Boxing Day celebration today, I've got my tea on duty for today.
Tea?
To be followed closely with some Fosters. Since that seems to be what my mate keeps drinking most weekends. And he's got something different today.
Yeah, slightly. Most of it's Christmas presents, anything. Like I said, when in Rome,
Speaking of Christmas presents, something that I had sent Kenny is the Uwell Rafale X. This is a very, very good tank for somebody that's new into rebuildable tanks to learn how Ohm's law works. Because this dripper not only has a positive post and a negative post, but there's also a neutral post. So it can teach you how to make a single coil build, how to make a parallel coil build, and how to make a series coil build.
Yep.
And how each of those at the same wattage is going to react completely differently. So, we're going to be covering that today. And also got the purple Asmodus Lustro. So, wonderful mod, wonderful dripper, and obviously we're going to be doing our DIY mixing. I'm still going on my one shot. Matter of fact, I just yesterday made another bottle, 60 ml bottle of this gingerbread. Still loving that on my arbiter. Fantastic.
Can you guys see that? This was my other Christmas present of our wonderful Alex here. I was absolutely blown away by all this. Absolutely gobsmacked. Blown away by his generosity. I was just expecting, a few juices, what he'd mixed, and he was going to let us try, but I got the full caboodle and $1 bill. there you go, guys. That was a Christmas box with Alex, and like I say, I'm totally gobsmacked by it all. Absolutely blown away.
And one of the juices that I sent him was a cola.
Yes.
Philip Roquet's the soda. I figured we could give this a try together and find out what it's like. The other juice in there, I don't recommend you try. I sent it to you as a novelty because that was the one I tried on my 250 sub blog. And to me, it tastes like lemon pledge on carpet. It's called lemon slice. Now, I don't know if it was, just a set of coils that maybe I didn't, dry burn well enough to get the oil off of it, but it tasted nasty. No, thank you. Hopefully, Philip Roquet's soda is a little bit better than that lemon slice. But we'll give that a shot today and try that thing out.
Yeah, totally unprepared. I've just grabbed. I'm sat there and I'm thinking, I've literally just grabbed this to vape on. I mean, it's just been nuts.
What are you vaping on?
On that, literally.
Ah, the X-Slim.
Yeah.
I lost my original X-Slim. I have no idea where it's at. I've got the juice that I fill it up with, but I have no idea what happened to it.
I mean, I have
However,
been,
my X-Slim C
I have been
still
trying
growing
some-
strong.
I have been trying some of the juices, but I think they need to steep a little longer. But I got a bit carried away with the prints.
Oh, you like it? Is that a good one?
I think they could probably steep a bit longer, but I thought, what the hell, nah, I'm going for it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I don't know why, but I've got this on my desk as well. I probably haven't tried it yet, but that's the strawberry vanilla one that you've done. But I don't know why it's on my desk at this moment in time. I do not know. But it's just strawberry vanilla. Strawberry vanilla deep cream. That's the one.
Nice.
Why it's here, I don't know. Because it should have been in the box. It's probably when I've been shooting about. But
Hey, if it's what you like, it's what you like. Or what interested you.
Yeah, well, that's what you know. I think I could do with a couple more weeks to steep, like, so I'm going to let the other ones,
Let it mature a little more.
and mature a little, and then I'll just be sitting like this on the chair, like,
I'll be drinking it. Well, that new Rafale tank, we could sit there and build that. That thing is a cloud chucker. Now, unfortunately, if you don't put the right coil in there, it's very easy for you to ruin the flavor of the liquids because it's very easy to overheat it.
I see.
Our memorial of Stanton Glance is up there, but seems to be a frozen image for some apparent reason. Regardless, reminded me when I talked about this about how, how easy it was for me to lose the X-Slim because it didn't have a lanyard, and how this was my, the first one that it actually had a lanyard on it. And I talked about how there was another one that had a lanyard, and that was the Drag Nanopod. This little thing. No pod, because it died.
Tiny, isn't it?
It is tiny. It didn't last long, and the pod, I don't even know if it actually held the whole 2 mil capacity.
The dreaded 2 mil.
But that's what I like these things. Never get lost.
Yeah, Flavr's flavor. I think I've just said your package is getting delivered the 30th of December. As I sent them an email, I say, you know, I'm paying bloody import duty on it. So
Did you have to pay import duty on my present?
no.
It was below the de minimis values.
See what it is? It's just this Royal Mail for you. He sent his from the US of A, and it arrived here within days. Yours has been sitting there for nearly 2 months in fucking customs.
I think it has more to do with the postal system versus UPS.
Oh. I mean, if there is, we've got a lot of, like, you know, industrial action. There's people going on strike left, right, center, Royal Mail included. So there's that as well. Like, so, but yeah, 30th of December, all penciled in. So I'll be a happy bunny.
Well, it's fantastic that at least it's on its way.
Well, this is it. I'm going to have to spoil my choice here on by the end of the month. I'm going to have all this stuff, all the flavour stuff. God, Ben, I'm quick. It's going to be funny.
Not sure what's happening to Stanton. Mrs. Hunky Vape, hello and welcome. She's in the house today, enjoying her holiday break. All right, so
I was going to Foster's and I'm on a cider the day. I'm on a Strongbow cider.
besides the fact that this is the beer that you drink, the other reason why I gladly picked one up is I've never had it before.
This is another one I'm just like getting a lot of.
Carling.
I think that's what they call the poor man's beer in the UK.
Yeah, that's kind of what they were talking about. Let's switch over to Chrome. Talk about our Boxing Day traditions and how Boxing Day originally got started. Started in Great Britain, obviously. Aristocracy at its finest.
Yep.
And obviously all the colonial variations or arms of Great Britain. Australia, Canada, New Zealand all celebrate the holiday. It's on December 26th, the day after Christmas. And the whole ideology behind Boxing Day is all the servants for the aristocrats had to work on Christmas Day so that the aristocrats could have a beautiful Christmas holiday. So traditionally, they got the day after Christmas off as their holiday for it. And that's the foundations of Boxing Day. Now, there's also, some controversy here about, where the name Boxing Day came from. Is it from the fact that the aristocrats usually boxed up leftover holidays and gifts for the servants? Or is it because the poor used to get boxes handed out to them from the church? Depends on, what, nationality or source you look at to find out what the actual true source of this is. Regardless, my whole idea of it comes from an episode of MASH. 'Twas the day after Christmas. And in this day after Christmas, the 4077 had a bunch of guests there from the British regiment. And they told them about how, for morale and for the spirits of the men, the officers trade places with the enlisted men and each get to function as the opposite role. And naturally, you get to find out that it isn't always the grass isn't greener on the other side of the fence. It isn't always peaches and cream like you think it is when you come to realize and have to actually walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. Fantastic episode, beautiful lesson in life. And there'll be links added to the stream notes after we get done with that. But getting back to this Foster's, beautiful lager. It says Australia's famous beer.
Yeah.
Except it was two Americans that founded the Australian company. And like everything else nowadays is no longer owned by a single person, single corporation in a single country. Everything's multinational.
Yeah.
And actually, the Foster's that I drink today and the Foster's that Kenny drinks are made by two different companies. His Foster's is actually manufactured by Heineken. Because Heineken owns the rights to Foster's in Europe. But I thought that was pretty interesting to learn the actual roots behind just one of the products that, you know, we're exposed to on a regular basis. Yes, famous that we exported it, as no one drinks it here and never have.
Whatever happened to Castlemaine 4X? You still get 4X out there? What is it, 4X? I don't know if Foster's replacing it with 4X. That was the other Australian, Australian themed or Australian lager that we used to get was 4X. We never seen anymore.
Where's your microphone? Is your microphone turned down a little bit this week?
I don't think so. Possibly.
Or maybe it's I'm sending too much sound back to you. Noise suppression's getting confused.
I'll just see back on the desktop, so just bear with us. Nope, not that one. I don't want that one. Let's have a look. Oh, come on.
No worries.
The children have been on the machine because my son got one of those VR things, Quest things, and he's been hooking it up to his to my computer. He's been playing his games off the computer through his VR. It's been pretty close.
Well, while you take a look at that.
Oh, Mixer. Where am I?
We're going to take a look at the Rafale X and get this thing opened up today. And they have a piece of tape that runs all the way around this thing. So trying to find the end of it and peel the thing back.
There you go. What's that like?
That's a little better.
It was, like I say, his VR headset mic was still activated as well.
The joys of trying to do something on live.
Oh, it's weird stuff, it is. Give me the tap on us if I get that. Hold on.
This is utterly ridiculous. Sortiel, hello and welcome.
There you go. Just getting a box of goodies. Holy moly.
Have to be a little creative trying to open this thing up.
Where's Mike? There he is. There you go, boys and girls. There's mine.
Awesome sauce. Lovely package of screwdrivers and O-rings and spare grub screws. And here's the packaging that they had in here for this wonderful dripper.
Yeah, actually looked at it, but I'm just going to see. Have a look at the drip tip.
It actually has a vortex built into it.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's supposed to be their anti-spitback technology.
I wonder how that's going to work. Oop, yeah.
I don't know. This was my bargain basement shopping a long time ago. And the neat thing about this is you have yourself your positive post, you have your negative post, and in between is a neutral post. So you can have a single coil going across this, and the way that the airflow is designed, there's a single hole if you want to use a single coil, or if you want a lot of airflow, then you can use this one. But the actual coil, or the drip tip on here, has a vortex set up on there like a meat grinder.
Cool, isn't it?
Matter of fact, I even took a look at TVP, did a review on it. And he was demonstrating the different ways that you can build this and put coils into it and how it's going to affect the resistance, the final resistance of this dripper.
You can put some shit in it, like, can't you? There's a lot of different methods.
So I will link to this later on. He actually did a complete disassembly of it and shows you how the electricity works on it. And here's just a simple build on the coil with just 2 wires that are in parallel. And then he literally goes through the different coil options. So single coil option, dual coil, then the one that we showed in parallel. And how you can literally run 2 coils in there 2 different ways. You can have it run in series, or you can have it run in parallel. And when you run it in series, obviously you're adding the resistance. So it's if it's a 0.5 ohm coil, you're going to add it up in series. It'll be a 1 ohm resistance for the dripper. Whereas if you had it run in parallel, that 0.5 ohm coil is literally going to be 0.25 because it's going to cut the resistance in half. But he literally shows you how long it takes for you to fire that actual coil. So for something that's a new vapor, getting into rebuildables, and you're trying to understand Ohm's law and how it affects your actual builds that you put in things, this is a fantastic video for you to learn from. Learn the fundamentals and how, you know, with 4 coils in there, you got a lot of mass that you're adding into this. So when you fire that trigger button, it's going to take a very long time for those coils to ramp up. Especially compared to a single coil.
No, it is.
So that's what we're going to build today. And I need to lube these up because these O-rings are quite dry.
I mean, I'm getting some shit together, yeah.
You're right there. You're a little discombobulated today, buddy.
Huh?
The kids have you all frazzled. They got on the computer.
Oh, they've been in here and they've done, you know, they've kafoofled everything up. I'm trying to hang along with you a bit here. Oh, I'm wrapping a coil. There you go. Let me coil the whole thing out there and I'm wrapping a coil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wraps on that. Little me lovely. There you go. This wire, my friend, is what wire this is? This is Tricore fused Clapton. 328s wrapped in a 40. For any of you guys who are technical.
It's awesome.
I tend to buy my coil like wire on a roll now rather than buy like pre-made coils. Just kind of make them yourself kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that round. There we go.
I think I want to use my own coils. Since you're wrapping coils, I might as well get out the tool and wrap my own as well.
Hey, you know, when in Rome.
Or I could use some BP Mods coils.
Oh,
this Clapton Meyer is really good.
Cannot smart clutch. You do this. Yeah, no.
Pull the cotton out. I cleaned my desk off, so everything's literally sitting in a box right now.
About time.
A box on the floor.
I've even got my nylon pliers there to straighten it out. My new nylon pliers, boys and girls. Been buying. Right. 2 coils made. That way I do. What do I need? Phillips driver. My screwdrivers are disgusting. I don't know. Get this out. Get that out. Get that out. So, go that way.
I should have pulled the tools out at least.
And I'll put them away. I've done my build. Coily masters and you've done. Hey, look at that! I've got exactly the same as you. Look, try the same ones. Look at them. Up. Same bloody ones. What happened there? Done that. Where was he? I've got that. Got them. I need them still, yep. I don't need that.
This is only 5 wrap. I got to put another wrap on.
I've only gone 5 wraps. I want to try some of these, boys and girls. Hang on.
What build are you putting in yours?
Hang on a minute. Where's that gone? Oh, tell me that's not plugged in. Yeah. It's plugged in. What is that? Let me get that. Hang on a minute.
You need a magnifying glass to be able to see this.
Hey now. Where are you? That's fine. Look at it. Okay, one moment here, boys and girls. Technical issues.
Technical issues are the story of our lives.
I'm trying to get some sorted here. I'm going to see the mess on my desk shortly. Hang on then, where were we? There we go. Have a look at that.
Haha, fantastic.
You see that? Shit, mate, but again. Oh my god, it's awful. You kind of get the idea.
Nice
Well,
bright image. I love it.
Where the hell am I at with this? Right, there we go. There's the door. God, this is a blast from the past, this thing, isn't it? Built on a deck like this, isn't it?
I can't get over the fact that This thing is selling for like $5 because it's so old and everybody clearanced it.
Awesome, man. Put that roughly there. Snip this guy. Sorry if I'm drifting out, guys, because I'm a knacker when it comes to doing stuff on camera. Yeah, bar steward. Bar steward, that hurt. Oh, planning here, man. If I had that one a bit more. That one. Hey guys, I thought I'd get on the acting now. I couldn't let Alex have all the glory when it comes to top-down stuff, you know what I mean? I said I need to get in on the act here.
It's all about little improvements, constantly making little improvements to make it easier and better for everyone's experience.
God, I've been building tech like this for a long time, my God. I think I've still got it, like, I think I've still got it. Pretty much. How far away now? This is the. This little fella in here. I'll take a look at Monty. Got him. Hey!
There you go, folks.
Oh, are you? We're racing here, like, are you racing me here, like, are you? Eh? From the build off here, like.
Move all the stuff out of the way. 0.75 ohms.
Oh, are you up there? I'm on 0.47. I'm coming out at the minute.
I have mine set up on a series build. So 0.34 times 2.
Wow, that motherfucker. That was a hot spot now, that motherfucker. Ooh. I get there. Oh, that goes bloody lovely there. Can't see the light, like, but there's a glowing. Absolutely, there you go. You can see the glow on there. Lovely. That is tremendous. I want to check me height of me coils with me cap just to make sure I'm somewhere near. Let's see have a look where I'm at. Ooh, I'll give it I think I'm pretty okay there with the height. Double check that. Yes, slightly under. Them heights are superb. Wow, what have I got? Cotton bag handy. I haven't even got my Muji hands. I've only got my cup bacon. Oh my God, what's going on?
I sent you some cotton too.
No. And it's in there. I'm getting notes.
Muji pads are easier to work with
Yeah.
than that organic cotton.
I'll leave a bit on there because it's a pretty deep juice well and all, isn't it? Kind of thing. Well, turn it and
Not enough cotton. I'll put it through on the other side so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There's no resistance on that coil at all.
oh, just ram it in, mate. There you go. Very nice. There you go. That's pulling tight. That's lovely. Roughly cut the ends off for now. See how deep we've got to go with it. Hey, Jew builders. What can I say? What we got here? Off the deck's about there. I'm gonna go about there. Oh, yeah, bugger. Scissors didn't bleed. Yeah. It was supposed to snip. Didn't snip when the snip.
I'm gonna cheat.
You're cheating again, like.
Little aggregated cotton to make things a little easier.
You're the tweezer. This is kind of cool, this. There it is. Like, I'll give it a stew. The juice well's got loads of depth on it. Maybe get a kind
Yeah.
of there. Quite a big juice well. Suggest you leave your cotton a little on the long side. Sorry, I'm off camera here, guys, but I just can't see at the minute. I'm just tucking the cotton.
That makes two of us.
I can't see a bloody thing what I'm doing. I'm just kind of a bit blint here. I will tidy it up, you promise. Put it there, that's it. I'll show you in a minute. Right, I need to tidy it up a bit. Got plenty there, like, but just everywhere at the minute.
It's a royal pain to try and do this when it's away from you.
Yeah.
I figured, oh, I'll have the camera right in front of it so you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing, but
Kind of there I am. My camera's shit, it's too far away. I'm kind of weaving that in.
too much.
Kind of
I tucked
you
too
see
much
that?
in here.
I've got plenty in mine, like.
Show that again?
I've got plenty in mine.
I took you full screen.
I don't know, with the dripper, it's not too bad. You can get away with the extracts. It just once it gets soaked up. I'm going to try some of this Hunky Vape Strawberry Vanilla Bean Cream. Wow, what a colour, man.
I'm going to stick with my gingerbread. It's a nice holiday juice, holiday spirit.
Ooh, I'm getting plenty vape off mine. Wow, look at that bad lad. Whoa, hey. Oh my god, that looks good. The old drip tip back down here. One, two. Which will this with the air wall anyway. Quite a few configurations with the air wall as well, actually. One, two, three, and four. I'll go wide open either side. Coming out.
I'm getting sloppy with mine.
Let's have a look. Well.
I will get close to your heartache if you want to open your door. I'm feeling kind of lost when you're mine.
Are you trying yours already?
Yeah, it's too fucking airy for me, the big one. Oh, no. Just a test, want to make sure I've got enough juice in. Get some of the drip and turn on the little juice well up a bit. So that bottle of air was probably a bit. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's rough.
Very airy tank.
Isn't it?
And the airflow isn't really adjustable. Let me turn it 90 degrees. Now it's just literally just a single hole on either side.
Ah, yeah. All the laugh too airy. Hang on, where, man? Oh. I'm back up the normal. I like the switching camera game.
Yeah.
Bit of cool, isn't it? I think that twisty airflow thing gets a bit getting used to, doesn't it?
No air, no real flavor.
Yeah, very airy, isn't it?
Taking the actual drip tip out.
Hey, you can't remove that thing, can't you? Just use the black bit, because it does leave it off piece there, doesn't it? Which is huge and that is the chimney on it. Massive. Excuse me.
There's no real flavor to it. How is it on yours? You get any real flavor?
Nah.
I've got a series build in mine. It's ohming out 0.73.
I've done the same. I've just twiddled mine about 0.74.
Yours is parallel. There's just no real flavor to it.
is a little bland, like.
Yeah.
I think it's just too airy.
Can you fit a 510 drip tip on it?
I just think it's just too airy, period. It's just
No.
a lot of air.
810 is loose.
I think it's proprietary.
So definitely the 510 is going to be fall through. It's a custom size exclusively for this tank.
Proprietary too, that it's got to be.
It's quiet.
Just can't see any way of cut this airflow down. Nothing in the
No flavor.
nothing in the top cup either to turn it down.
Nope.
It's got, I think you've got like 2-3 holes either side for your dual billow, and you've got the one single hole on either side for your single coil.
Yeah.
That seems to what the layout is. I need to get a rag because I've just stuck my finger in the drum to the cabinets. I hope the tin's
What's your coil builder formula tell you the wattage should be for something like this? 0.73. Free Ride Vapor, hello and welcome.
Sorry, I'm just getting some of the old magic.
Vapor Queen Becky, hello and welcome.
I know, hello, people were ignoring you all. Excuse
Playing
us.
with new toys. For those of you just joining us on the stream, it's the Uwell Rafale X. And the way this thing is set up, you have a neutral post in the middle, positive on one side, negative on the other side. I built a series build inside there, and Kenny built a parallel build inside there.
I'm the single hole. Getting better results with a single hole. The airflow is much better. For me, more restricted. Do not fall for the flavour.
It's a cloud chucker, but there's no flavor to it. None whatsoever.
Single hole was a more comfortable airflow for me, but the little home reader for 0.74, I think it's very low wattage. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Home vaping, I'm sitting at 0.74.
That's where I'm sitting at.
Calculate. For a cool vape, 17.5 watts. For a vapor's vape, 20.6. And for a warm vape, 23.8. You're on 100 watts. This is obviously, what do you call them, isn't it?
It's the Rafale X by Uwell.
You wonder, hang on a minute. Do you know?
Hello,
That's
Twinkie,
still-
though.
That still happened to you. Your batteries run out at the bike moment.
Yeah, that's why I have them sitting right next to me. Because sure as shit, you're going to be in there building something, and your first drag is going to be on a set of batteries that are just about ready to kick the bucket.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm going to put the... I'll give me one jump a bit on this, like, I think. Hang on a minute.
I think this was made during the day and ages of cloud comps.
Yeah.
And for a cloud comp, I could see this as being something really worthwhile.
Yeah, Yeah, very airy, like fucking wow, is it?
I want to make sure this is sopping wet. Like flooding the tank, flooding until it's literally about to overflow. It is overflowing.
That's what I do with mine. I just went plunked in and went, oh shit, too much. Bit of that. Cloud sugar.
Come on, crank the wattage up on this.
What's he on?
200 watts.
I'm just breaking mine in, Jen. Oh. I can't do what? Definitely a cloud chip, was it still flavor?
None whatsoever. Going down to a single hole, 65 watts.
I'm at 100 watts on the single hole.
Cloud Chucker, hello and welcome. Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, Cloud Chucker. We're trying a Cloud Chucker actually, mate, but it's just got zero flavor. Definitely cloud.
At 200 watts, there's no way this thing would be vape for very long because of the heat that's being put out by it, and this stainless steel just sucking it up.
Just trim it in more before, turn up a bit more.
Doesn't matter whether you're on a single hole or the triple hole. Options for airflow. No flavor. Pam Spraggins, hello and welcome.
You're late. For what?
It would jam.
Fair enough.
Oh, it would jam for me. Like, God, it's like breathing through it on them 3 holes.
Yeah. But it's got no flavor whatsoever.
Literally just breathing. I'm a bit disappointed. I'm a bit gutted for it, really, because I was looking forward to it.
That's the thing. When you go back into the early days of vaping, you know, when did this thing come out? Let's take a look. TVC Creations. 6 years ago, they did the review on it. 6 years ago.
The big coils are a bit high.
Damn, have they come such a long way to what flavor capabilities are nowadays.
There's that hole there. There's that hole there. I'm just checking coils.
Beautiful gingerbread flavor out of the Arbiter. No flavor whatsoever in the Rafale.
It's stuff to hit the hell as well. It's literally popped over the top.
And those were the coils that I made myself. Probably dual 26 gauge wrapped in 40.
Plenty clouds. Lots of clouds.
But no flavor. Without the flavor, what's the point?
With that, I'm only getting hint of strawberry, if anything. Very, very faint hint of strawberry on this. Very faint. But nothing else. Nothing.
Yeah, I have the same situation. I've got the gingerbread in here, beautiful gingerbread cookie.
Clouds for days. Absolutely cloud machine. Brilliant.
Beautiful flavor of gingerbread, beautiful slight sweetness to it. But in the Rafale, nothing. Cut the airflow down. Just a single hole on both sides. No flavor whatsoever.
I want to try and drop the coils a bit. Before that.
I need to mount this camera a little better. So I need to open this up some more because the air hole is literally down on the bottom.
Try dropping the coil a bit so it hits it on the side and still. Shame. When you think about it, they have done something different with the drip tip. They've done like a spiral inside the drip tip, which is what's different. But unfortunately, there was not more flavour. Cloud production's amazing. I had nothing for cloud production.
Drop the coil some.
I've just dropped it down just a touch. It's slight bit of it, actually.
Increase the vapor production.
Yep.
I'm just getting a very slight hint of the gingerbread flavor.
Clouds for days. There's nothing else. That's a shame. That is a shame.
And with the series built in here, it's not even about the heat potential because it takes so long for those coils to ramp up. It's not like the flavor is getting destroyed because there's excess heat in there.
Just looking at that's the other one that the guy said there was the Templar. This is the one he did the other week. I still haven't touched that yet. It's the first time it's been touched by human hands. That one was quite interesting, actually. I thought maybe like I see, maybe we need to have a bit of a play about with that. Try, I don't know, maybe a single coil. Then again, a single coil with all that airflow, cheap.
Too much airflow. The airflow's not directed exactly where it needs to be on the coils.
Nope. I just think that's something there.
Even lining it up with a single hole.
I've even got health and safety. Oh God, I can't say it. Even there's health and safety even on my pliers. It says use safety glasses. Use safety glasses with your pliers. Well, I've got my glasses. I don't know what. I mean, you know, you wear glasses, you're all right. I know what we should do. If it's good, we'll go yeah. If it's bad, we'll hide it in the bin. Put it in the bin.
That's where I say you put it.
Yeah.
Right in the bin.
This mine's recycling. Yours is landfill.
That's recycling. You have the bin or you have a recycling one? I don't remember what logo was on it.
I've got the recycling one there. Hang on. There you are.
You got the bin.
The bin. Oh, well, then. It's the bin then. It's gone in the bin.
It's going in the bin.
See, now green in the UK is recycling. That's where the confusion came.
Yeah, blue in the US is recycling.
Also blue. There's a green and there's a blue. I think the green in the UK is for garden waste. Blue is recycling. So it's gone in the garden. It's got to be compost.
Completely agree with you, brother. This is junk.
That's a shame. It is a shame. It did look interesting with that drip tip.
Oh, I love the packaging too. You know, give it to in a nice tin.
Everything looks good.
Beautiful sticker they put in there.
I need something with some flavor.
Nice air freight packaging. There are instruction manuals in here.
Actually, have a chug on that and have a chug on some flavor. Makes it actually taste better. Oh.
And you can see the demonstration for the drip tip that's in there. How it creates a vortex in your drip tip. It's their anti-spitback technology.
I've got a tank like that. Somewhere. It's got the vortex in the tank. Yeah, like I say, maybe it's a bit of a play with a bit of coil position, you know what I mean? Up, high, down, low, whatever, you know. Might need a bit of play about with it for the same happens. But early signs are it's not good.
Listen, if you got to work that hard to get something to give you good flavor, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
I can completely understand how they would go from something like this to something that, you know, has a mesh core instead of coils, and the flavor would just pop right away.
It's just too airy. Even if you had a way, you know, just the air, you might be able to get something rather than just eat your options. Oh, if I would have had them. Them would not on me mix. I've got some series aliens there that I forgot I had them. Nice coils. They're in one me mixed. That's just wire. I like buying wire. That's the kind of stuff I buy on coil after them frame staples. I like to buy it all on a roll. Make your own. Play about with your resistances. Brilliant. Recommend that, like, you want to get it done.
Yeah, I've got the same back here.
Yeah.
But this was the perfect opportunity to use those coils that I made because they're so fine, so thin, high resistance. 0.34 would have been perfect, you know, as a single coil inside something like the Mongrel or the Bushido.
Have you been using me bottle opener, your centers and all that's been used? That's class.
Yeah, I heard you were saying a couple episodes back. You were talking about, oh, no, I don't need that. I'm too cheap to go buy one, so I send them one.
That's absolutely brilliant. I'm surprised how sharp they are as well. They've got a proper blade on them, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like, little mint. Work a treat.
Yeah. I just picked one up from Bull City Flavrz.
See, it's these little things, little things. These little things.
Little things that make it. And
Yeah.
something else that I had sent him is a carrying case.
Yeah, where is he?
So you can
There he is.
hook this to your belt, throw your mod in there and a bottle of juice, and you're off and
Awesome.
running.
Oh, and you've got a little pouch in the front where you can put your spares in as well. Don't forget the pouch.
Yeah. So if you're using a stock coil tank, you can throw spare coil in the front of that
It's awesome.
and never
Yeah.
run out.
These little things, man, honestly, little things.
Now, there is some technology from back in the day that would have been helpful that they didn't incorporate into very many devices. Here is one, a mod that I've done a while back. I really like this thing, and you can adjust the wattage by just rotating the dial on this.
That's cool.
And I've got the Aspire tank on top of there. Move the coil lead out of here. Because what this does is wireless charging for your mod.
My God.
Why didn't they incorporate that into more devices? Especially because they could have very easily put it on a display stand like this. And there you go.
Your better half has commented saying I'm like a little kid. I love it. I am.
Why didn't they do this in more tanks and more mods? Look at the technology.
That's mint, isn't it?
You don't have to worry about the USB connection going bad or overcurrenting it when you're using wireless technology to charge your device.
Happy. We use it for phones, so why not pods?
There's only a handful of devices that came out like this and had the
Big.
wireless charging capacity.
Especially in a light bulb battery. Wouldn't that be even better a game, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Wi-Fi charging. I got my wife a set of these earbuds like I have on, and hers actually charges wirelessly using the pad. Things are fantastic. However, I think it's time we crack the Foster's open.
Yeah, man. Get it down, yeah.
This is a massive can. 24 ounces. This is bigger than a pounder.
Trust you to go big.
Yeah. And the thing is, when you go and you look at it, you know, Foster's Lager, like we talked about, they brag about it being an Australian beer, even though it was started by 2 Americans and is now sold by an international company. And depending on what part of the world, what region of the world you live in, it's manufactured by different beer companies. In Europe, Heineken owns the rights to do it. It's called Carlton and United Breweries.
Yep.
It's actually a conglomeration of 5 companies now.
Well, I'm going to turn that down now.
But looking at Foster's, people obviously must have posh taste, rate it low.
Popular beer. It's a popular beer.
People say it's an average beer. From a 750 milliliter can, hard to pour. I guess you're supposed to drink it out of a can. Well, of course. Not all of us are, you know, rich enough to be drinking bottled beer every single day of our lives. Clear golden color with a white foamy head, smells like grain and straw, light body, earthy grain flavor. Basic macro lager. Nothing really stands out.
See, that's simple. Who makes this stuff? Hold on, let's have this is Carlin. Carlin
Nothing wrong with it.
Lagers.
I like it.
Carlin Lagers brewed in the UK by MCBC. Burton-on-Trent is where that's brewed in the UK. It was founded in 1840.
This can's brewed in the USA. It's kind of like a combination of a Budweiser, a Michelob, and a Miller.
Miller Lite. God, I've never seen that for years.
Yeah, like a Miller Draft and a Budweiser put together to make a beer. That's what Foster's is like.
Still goes down well.
It goes down well. It's a very flavorful beer.
Nice.
Very flavorful. I see why you drink it.
It's not bad.
Well, it's nothing fancy. It's not a Heineken.
No.
Awesome.
Delicious. That's a dog food. That's delicious. Yeah. Hallelujah. I managed to get a build on camera. Wasn't the greatest of quality, but there you go. That's a webcam for you.
And that was a fantastic overhead view. I wish I would have had a chance to put it on more. What are we going to do with all of our little screwdrivers and screw parts?
No, they always come on.
I was watching Addy Tooney was on Grim Green's Christmas episode, and he has a whole drawer full of those little tiny screwdrivers.
Oh, I've got all sorts like that, and I've got O-rings off this. I think I actually stapled a bubble glass off one party and it's another one because I didn't have a bubble glass for it, so I just salvaged some for bits. The ones I don't use, I just salvage for parts. You know, if it fits something, I'll put it on. So I probably need to have a bit of a clean up, because what we call the crap drawer is getting very full of crap.
Yes. I have the shelf behind me for all the ones that don't stand the test of time. Now, looking at my desk, I've got a whole ton of them that reside on my desk because there literally is really good stuff out there.
Yeah. Holy man. What just orders up again? I love it.
Lost Vape, Cyborg Quest, the Dilemma Quest, Geek Vape, Vandy Vape's Jackaroo, Michael Redfern, hello and welcome.
Hi, Michael, sir. God. Staggered fuse clap.
Delicious. So many options available to us.
You put her off, just on the dog, not you. Oh, man.
And something we haven't talked about yet.
Oh.
Here's the weather.
Oh. We're going to get another
We're colder than you again.
Yep. I love it.
-2. It's been so cold out lately. Car doors are freezing up.
North America, you've got that freaky fucking ice storm, haven't you? It's like -28. Where the hell did that come from?
It was minus 16 Celsius the other day, wind chill.
Wow.
Talk about cold.
I think we're
Bone
due for-
chilling cold.
I think we're due for a full snap again, apparently, for our weather patches.
And we need to point out once again,
Vaping is better than smoking.
yes, vaping is better than smoking.
Definitely.
And I also need to point out,
Anti-vaping propaganda is brain poison. Yeah, it really is.
yes. Cheers. I'll drink to that.
I'll just get myself in order.
Ah,
I've still got that, man. I've had that for in 10 years. A Coil Master kit, you know what I mean? I've had that for about 10 years.
yeah.
All I do is kill a pair of pliers and I just buy new ones to replace it.
Yeah, I've got a big one and a little one.
Yeah, just, oh man, honestly. Stuff I go through is unbelievable. Especially bloody wire cutters. I always end up breaking them at some point.
Well, knock on wood, these ones have served me well. These Play-Dohs, they've stayed sharp for a long time. I'm quite happy with them. And like I said, I ordered a 3-pack of them. I think it was like $17 for 3 of them.
Oh, mine were like an Amazon special. I got a pack of
Yeah, that's where I got mine.
2 or 3 in that one. Did the job.
Have you had a chance to play with the mod yet?
Yes.
Yeah? Got it
Shocking
upside
pink,
down.
like. I haven't been out in public with it, like, due to the colour.
Listen, you could either have the purple or you could have the yellow.
I think the yellow, that's not purple, that's shocking pink. That's nowhere near purple. That's shocking pink, that.
It's bogan purple.
That's why it's never been out the door, because it's shocking pink.
It's a nice bogan purple.
Get in with you.
I don't even know what I have on this dripper. It's one of those bottles that never got labeled. Make sure I seat this fully.
Pink. See, while it's in the box, it's giving you a false description. That is shocking pink. Look at it. That is bright pink.
Sure is.
Well, you would have put some batteries in it.
This is an unsweetened custard.
Oh, you're getting like the vanilla pod. flavor.
I get that mouthfeel of the custard. It's like that buttery mouthfeel, the DAP sensations.
Oh,
You get the smell of a custard. No sweetness whatsoever.
Nothing at all. On the right way, yeah, that's right there.
Sacrilege. One drop of sweetener. A little more of this custard. Now let's see what she tastes like. Now you got a beautiful custard. Just doesn't have enough sweetness to it. So after the show, I'm going to take this and throw another 1% of super sweet in there. And
There you go.
Have a beautiful-
Shocking pink. You mellow
Actually, you know
yellow.
what? I was wrong. It's not a bogan purple. It's a Dimitri pink.
Exactly, it's a pink.
It's a Dimitri pink.
As much as
There
I
you
like
go.
it, As much as I like it, I won't be going out in public with us. You know, it's got a torch on the bottom as well. Them 2 LEDs are a torch.
It does.
I was like, what the hell?
Wow, that really is delicious. That super sweet takes it to a whole new level. I completely understand now why commercial juices are so full of sugars and sweeteners. Because just plain custard flavor by itself is just bland.
Where is it? Aha!
There you go,
See?
Kenny. Did any of them leak out?
Nope. It's really good.
Awesome.
But this
Dusty
one
Country
here,
Road says that I'm going to have you vaping rainbow mods next.
no, you're not.
Michael Redford even says that they're pink.
The Elder King with some sweetener to go in. He's even given us some sweetener.
I got you started into the DIY sphere. You have sweetener. You've got 10 different flavors that you can go and mix up.
Yep.
To single flavor test them, to learn what those flavor profiles are like, to learn what the optimal percentage is for each of those flavors. Now you just need to get yourself a notebook and write it down. So when you make up a little batch, you write down what you think of it. Is there enough flavor there? Do you need to turn the volume up on the flavor and make it more presentable? Is there a lack of sweetness, or does it come inherently with a bunch of sweetness?
Well, I know one thing. I'm definitely giving some more PGBG.
Yeah, that I didn't send you.
I think I've only got...
Having to ship everything by weight.
I've got that much left on that one. About 3/4 of a bottle there. 70-30 base mix. Already done.
Fantastic.
So I'll be putting one of them with a bit of that and a bit of sauce, and there you go.
Okay. You know, we've been sitting here talking about all your vape mail.
I know it's great,
Well,
isn't it?
I think it's time for me to show you my vape mail.
Oh, here we go. Have we got enough
For
time?
Geely. For Geely.
Be a 5-hour show by the time we get through with the deal.
Listen, I went to mix up Miyogi's cappuccino. No, it wasn't Miyogi's cappuccino. It was the pine orange popsicle from Miyogi. Matter of fact, find the my page, mixers, Miyagi's. Where is it? Pine orange popsicle. I left the review on there. What a fantastic recipe. Let me just tell you, I love it. It is so flavorful. It's easily become an all-day vape for me to switch things up. You know, if I get tired of the gingerbread for a while, I just pick up a tank that's got this pine orange popsicle in there. Oh, the beautiful fruity flavors. The pineapple and the orange complement each other so well, and the apple fills in to make it feel like a pine orange popsicle. However, I ran out of my golden pineapple. Couldn't mix up of it. So I was like, okay, well, let me just mix up a batch. And the only thing that I'm going to substitute out is that pineapple. So I went and grabbed Purellum's golden pineapple flavor and just did a straight swap out for it. Let me tell you, when I mixed up that juice, it was just a bland flavor, a bland fruit flavor. It completely ruined this recipe.
Wow.
It's so important for you to mix up somebody's recipe exactly the way they have it with exactly the ingredients they have. If you don't have one of their ingredients, feel free to try and mix it up with something different. But I guarantee you the results are not going to be the same as what they achieved using their ingredients. The concentrations of flavoring is so different. And just substituting this out at 2% totally ruined the whole spacing inside of this recipe. In this recipe, you can clearly identify the orange, you can clearly identify the pineapple, you can clearly get a beautiful fresh mango flavor. That contrast and that blend just perfectly mesh together. You put this in there, and it becomes a lackluster fruit cocktail.
Oh, this is it, isn't it?
So, what did I have to do? I had to place an order from Bull City Flavors to get some more of this pineapple because I really love this recipe. And that's exactly what I did. So once again, shout out to Bull City Flavors,
Awesome.
which is also a sticker I happen to give you. Because every order that you place, they give you a sticker
Yep. got one
and
there.
a complimentary flavor for you to try out.
Oh, I never got that.
So,
bit.
they sent me Cinnamon Red Hot from TFA. Perfect for Valentine's Day. And that's going to be a wonderful single flavor recipe when I'm single flavor testing that ingredient. So shout out to Bull City Flavors. They had this thing here in my door in 3 days. And here's the Capella Golden Pineapple.
I go with them.
Fantastic. So I've gotten a long ways from this little tiny bottle. Now I got a full 2-ounce size bottle for its replacement. I love it that much. It's definitely one that's going to be used very frequently.
Actually, guys, check out this guy's channel. Check him out. Does his stuff.
And some whipped cream flavor since I don't have any real whipped cream. This order now takes me up to like 242 flavors. And since my wife is so wonderful in supporting this cause, she got me a $100 gift certificate for Bull City Flavors, who just happened to have their post-Christmas sale. So I placed an order for another 42 flavors, taking me just on the brink of having 300 different flavors to try.
Holy moly, that's cool.
Awesome sauce. And we got a bunch of different things. We got cucumber, some watermelon. I've got Chemvatic watermelon because I've got a bunch of the other ones I've tried. Plum. Apollo Fioia. It's a new fruit I'm going to try. Rhubarb.
Oh,
Make a nice rhubarb jam. Golden butter. Vanilla whipped cream.
That sounds interesting.
Vape Train sorbet base. SSA almond flavor. Vape Train's shisha melon. We've got fairy floss from Vape Train. Jam scone from Wonder Flavors. And look at this dark one. Cookie premium flavor from Flavor Art.
So you could have
Talk about a dark flavor. Holy cow. That's probably the darkest flavor I've ever gotten.
That is dark, isn't it? Jesus.
Dusty Country Road says that his is out for delivery as well.
Good man. As long as it doesn't take as long as mine, you'll be alright.
Bull City has never sent any freebies, but Jungle Flavor always does. Wow.
Worth a look.
Jumacus, hello and welcome. Nice to have you here.
I would like guys to chuck me like, oh, and chuck that. I'm sorry for being a bit of fun building stuff. Sorry, guys. We have not forgot about chat.
So this is awesome. Look at all these wonderful flavors we're going to be adding to the collection. I've already got it in our stash, the flavor stash. The only one I need to add is this cinnamon red hot. So let's go do that now.
Oh, yep, okay. That's it. I'm tidied up now. I'm sorted.
Cinnamon red hot, TFA. Add that into the stash. And now let's see what I can make. Boy, this Foster's really has a nice ABV on it. Only like 5%. Delicious.
This one's 4%. Small fry.
I came across a recipe. Mallory Gates has a straight raspberry.
Hello and welcome, Jamaica. I'm sorry if I made an absolute
Jumacus.
fool, but Jumacus, there you go. Hello. We're terrible.
Mallory had something else on here for Janine. Janine Timmons, if you guys don't know, is a wonderful advocate in Canada on Twitter and everywhere else. Speaking the advocacy, I'm sure you guys have seen some of her videos out there. Her testimonials. Very simple, lemonade and raspberry. I think we can do that. That's a very simple recipe. Let's try this thing out.
That's interesting. Sometimes some of the simpler recipes are the good ones. I think sometimes you overcomplicate.
Well, the only thing that I'm going to add is some super sweet. Just 0.5%. Yep. So there is our recipe for today. Mary Nixon, hello and welcome.
Hello.
Really like your channel. I DIY too, and I'm getting quite a few flavors. I treated myself to an $80 order at Jungle Flavors. That's awesome.
Get on.
So all we need for this is Lemonade Natural from Flavor West, Sweet Raspberry from TFA, and I'm going to have to rearrange my flavors since I've been using TFA quite a bit. Bring that a little closer in, and then some super sweet. Move the Fosters out of the way, pull out the old scale.
Those scales. You know how technical this guy's getting with all these camera views, folks. You know what I mean? He's getting very testicle at his old age. I mean,
The only thing that's missing from the screen is the recipe. I suppose that would be something I can work on this week. All right, 1.86 of our secret sauce. Overshot. And you all can't see the actual numbers on the scale.
oh,
Interesting. How that changed.
very on. Probably a light, bright light. We'll just take it.
And here we go. TFA Sweet Raspberry. 0.9 is going to be 3%.
We'll just take it word for what you got in there.
Just a hair over. Flavor West Lemonade is 1.25 for 4%. There we go. And then just 0.16 of Super Sweet. Three drops. That's all it takes. Give it a little stir.
I don't want one broke.
Grab our PG 5.13.
In there.
And our vegetable glycerin to top it off. 26.5.
That is one serious bottle of Fiji.
I just placed an order for another liter of this.
Holy mother of God.
Now we can get fancy. Pull out a little vortex mixer.
Oh, what?
Let it do the job.
Oh, you're getting a posh new friggin' mixer. Hey,
I've had this for a while.
Oh,
But to be quite honest with you, this works a lot better.
I couldn't stop better.
It really does. Giving it a good shake
That's probably
is
what
better
you
than
mix.
this.
You probably mix one, put it in the machine, just let it stand on the side, mix them while you start another one.
That's normally what I do is I just give it a quick shake and then throw it up on the shelf and let it reach equilibrium all by itself.
Wow.
But there's our lovely recipe. And so I don't end up with a bunch of stuff I don't know what it is.
Got his label machine. There he comes. Got everything, this guy.
Episode 28. Boy, time flies when you're having fun.
It does.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions there, Kenny?
Not really, because I never stick to them.
Yeah?
Even quitting smoking took a few years. I think it's just to live and enjoy life, mate. That's all I look for, really, mate. Live with that. Resolutions.
And there we have a beautiful label ready to go. Awesome.
Raspberry lemonade.
I'll just push the rest of the flavors off to the side.
A shaken vape, or is it a beer?
I imagine it's a pretty good shake and vape. It'll be better after 24 hours, but no reason for us not to be able to give this a try.
You wouldn't
We have our drop 1.5. Freshly waked up, ready to go.
Oh, look at that. He's even prepared for the freaking gig tonight. Damn, mate. What can I say?
Mmm. It smells good. My coil's a little too high. All right, where are we at? 0.39. 65 watts is too much. Try 50. Wow, that's really good. That's a beautiful lemonade.
Really? You know what calculator says for a cool vape, 33.2 watts. A bit of the range vape, 39.2. Slightly normal vape, 45.2.
Well, I'm overshooting it at 50.
Yeah.
That's killing the flavor.
Yep.
Let's go to 35. Story about this mod. That raspberry's starting to come through a little bit more. The lower wattage. Tastes like fresh squeezed lemonade.
Wow.
Like even like the rind of the lemon.
With that little bit of bitterness, yeah.
Flavrz sends extras with any order that you place from them.
Yes, Flavrz does.
Wow, that is a beautiful, refreshing lemonade. Not sure it would be my all-day vape in the winter, though.
No, it's more like a summer.
If I was down where Darren's at in Australia, well, that'd be right up my alley right now. Summer solstice.
Nice summer one, that one. It's nice and warm. You just have a nice big fresh.
Nice, crisp flavor to it. Very simple recipe. I love it. Way to go, Mallory Gates. Delicious. Push this off to the side. Oh, backstory about this mod. My wife got herself, like I told you, I gave her a set of these Bluetooth earphones.
Yeah.
And she was going to pair them up, did a scan to see, where the device is so she can connect it. She's like, do you have a swell mod upstairs? I'm like, yeah, why? It showed up in my Bluetooth scan. So she could actually connect to this if she installed the app. But wouldn't that be a real pain? I'll be in here sitting there vaping it on the show, and she decides that she's going to crank up the wattage on me.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'll teach you, bugger. Power, 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 power.
Remind me not to upset her. But that was pretty cool. Don't hold on to a tank with just the drip tip. Bad move.
Oh. Been there, done that. I'll just pick this up. Oops. No, I just pass on that.
Delicious.
Dusty County Road is asking, just curious, what is shipping costs to the USA from Australia? Oh.
That's a good question.
Well,
I know when he shipped us our stuff, he said it was $100 for a flat rate box, which is essentially what it was going to cost me to ship a medium flat rate box to Kenny in the UK.
By the way, if you get stuff in the UK from Australia, you pay import tax as well. Just a little extra you gotta put on there.
That's because they have a joint agreement, because if he gets a package from here or from the UK, he has to pay import duty as well.
Yeah. Bollocks.
Greedy little bastards in government.
Honestly, what a bollocks. But it'll be worth
Awesome.
it.
Where is...
If it comes to monetary value of the package, it'll be well worth 30 quid, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to grumble.
And we've reached that point in the show, time to mix up a Flavrz one shot.
Oh.
And we talked about this before. My wife said no, but I say yes. Blueberry meringue. Time to give that a try. Beautiful 60 ml bottle.
$60
And the wonderful thing about doing it this way,
holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna
Flavrz one shot. Now, I mixed up the gingerbread. Here's the recipe I have in there. I don't need to create a brand new recipe for a one shot of this because I'm going to mix it up the exact same way, the exact same percentages. 15% because I'm using a rebuildable dripping tank, cloud chucking type tank. If I was doing this in a mouth to lung, I'd probably go closer to 20% for the flavor volume in this. To answer his question, any orders over $150 Australian ship worldwide for free. And they can send it via FedEx. 5 kilograms is the way to go, about $40.
Lesson learned, don't use parcel balls.
So there's our simple recipe. I need 3.73 of our secret sauce to achieve a 6 milligram.
I've got to go to the boys' room. Back in a tick.
let me give you a Christmas Moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you.
Now for our Flavrz one shot. We're going the 15%, which is going to be 9 grams for 60 mils.
And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas moment we'll fill.
And you don't have to be rocket science accurate with this, because essentially you're not going to alter the flavor profile. You're just increasing the volume if you put just a hair too much in it. Now for our PG, we're going 5.6 grams. As the bottle wants to slide off of our scale. Give it a good stir. And we simply top off the bottle with 52.97 grams of our vegetable glycerin. Which, when you take it right to the rim, should be about right. And what do you know? We're at 53.9. And that is a beautiful one shot. From Flavrz. And a blueberry meringue flavor. Quick shake, and it's time for a label.
Right, guys, do apologise. That's back.
With the meringue flavor, I would expect to wait 48 hours before this is going to be a true representation of it.
Yeah. The woman just checked my visa.
An alternative, if you don't have yourself a beautiful label maker like this, just get yourself some masking tape, and any old writing instrument will work just fine, as long as you know what is inside the bottle. And there's our lovely recipe. So simple, anyone can do it. Now I need something to put this on.
No, I do apologise.
I think we're going to put this on the Creed from Geek Vape. Just needs a set of coils. Got my order in and refilled the box. So we're good to go. Mary Nixon says, I recently got my right knee replaced and had to quit vaping for a while. But I started again about 2 weeks after, and vaping has not affected her healing. I've heard that from a lot of different people. They get told that they have to have surgery, and their doctor insists that, they stop using their nicotine, regardless of source. And that sentiment is repeated by everyone that I've heard talk about it. It's no different than caffeine. The way your body metabolizes nicotine and the reactions that your body has to it. There are some minor differences. The pathophysiology is just slightly different, and your body's reaction is a little bit different. Like caffeine has no calming sensation to it, whereas nicotine is commonly used by smokers to calm down and relax and regroup their thoughts.
Goes chocolate.
Did you get some chocolate for Christmas?
Yeah, big tin of quality speak.
Ah. My wife always gets us chocolate for our stockings, and I usually go to, there's a local chocolate manufacturer, handcrafts the chocolate here in town. I normally get her some truffles and some chocolate covered pretzels for Christmas.
Oh, I'm not really a chocolate lover, I just nibble on it.
Something I haven't had since I was a kid was Swiss chocolate, real Swiss chocolate. It's so different than anywhere else. Here in the States, the chocolate is really sweet and it's a more of a milky sensation in the mouth.
Those proper Belgian chocolate as well. You get proper Belgian chocolate, that's quite nice.
Yes.
Not so much sugars or sweeteners in it.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the background on the tree, I have candy canes hanging on it. That comes from an old Hungarian tradition where they used to put szaloncukor, which is wrapped candies. They used to hang them on the tree, and that used to be the treat for the children on Christmas Day. Scott Merriman, hello and welcome.
Wow, hello, sir. There it is, Scott. Hang in there. You're doing really good. He's just stayed and he's just started this vape journey. Started the day before Thanksgiving and have not had a smoke since then. So glad I found this channel. Best I've seen so far. You hang in there, bud. You're doing well. Brilliant.
That's fantastic.
Awesome, man.
Every time you take a drag on a vape is one drag that you're not taking on a cigarette. And it's already been scientifically proven that if you vape all day, every day, the chances of you ever smoking a cigarette again go down at an exponential rate.
Just remember, folks, so vaping alone does not stop you smoking. You've got to want to stop smoking as well. There's a bit of willpower involved as well.
There is. For me, it happened over the course of a single weekend. We planned on going camping, and we decided that we were going to give vaping a try. And the goal obviously was to quit smoking.
Yeah.
So we didn't take any cigarettes with us when we went camping. We only took our vape with us. This is too tight on this side. And the first day was kind of tough. I was literally chain vaping that thing all day long, every day, for the course of that weekend. The second day was much easier. First thing in the morning, obviously you have to have your fix. But after I got done eating, I literally took a break from vaping until after lunchtime. Because my body had already built up the nicotine that it needed. And I was in the mindset that I wasn't going to smoke. So it was just mind over matter. But some people take a long time to transition. They dual use for quite a while.
My first attempt at vaping failed miserably. No, because I think, obviously back then we didn't have the devices you've got now, but it failed miserably, the first one. Ooh, Black Knight Licorice Strips box. Yeah, I remember that. Flavrz is asking, what nicotine level did you start with, Alex?
6.
6. Did you? 6?
6.
What?
And it was the Bigfoot murder kit that we had with us that weekend.
6 milligrams. Wow. I think I was 8.
Which essentially used TFV8 coils. Baby beast
Maybe
coils.
Maybe 18 or 20. I didn't last long on the high goal. I was down to about 16 within a couple of weeks.
Were you mouth to lung?
No. I was straight direct to lung, mate. I think that's why it was so hard for us to transition. Because I never went mouth to lung, I was going direct to lung. So obviously, you're not using it in common.
All right, where are we at? 0.22. 0.22 ohms. 75 watts is going to be too much.
I'll just verify that one. I think it could be.
I'm going to go with 64.
I'll consult me little application. Well, you 0.22, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool Vape, 58.9 watts. Middle of the road vape, 69.6 watts. A warm vape, 8.2. So, plenty to play with. But middle of the road's around about, like, say, 70 watts.
Make sure these are saturated well, and this one comes with an airflow ring. You can choose between 3 different airflow rings to direct the airflow into that. And this thing pops on and has just a little quarter turn lock. Like that. So do you have any plans for the New Year's?
Well, I'm at work at New Year's Eve. I'm only up till 10:30. And then it'll probably the usual, just get absolutely drunk. See the New Year. As you do. Normally watch Jules Hall, There's like a comedy show every year, Jules Holland over in the UK. Like Hoop the Nanny and all that stuff, And kind of watch him like coming into the New Year, he's quite good. Live music, all that kind of stuff. Oh, there we go. Awesome.
It's going to have to wait. As expected with that meringue in there. not going to reach full flavor potential on this thing until you let it sit overnight. Probably 48 hours.
He's just getting a rest.
Aye. But I have very high hopes for it. I haven't been disappointed yet with the flavors. Everybody has their own favorites. And only when you try it do you actually find out what they really are. Because, like we talked about this before, when you first quit smoking, what you thought you were going to enjoy vaping barely turns out to be what you truly land on as your all-day vape. I would have never thought blue raspberry cotton candy would be my all-day vape.
Trying to find your niche, you know, where you're going to be, desserts, bakeries. When you find it, then it's worth it.
That's a very interesting combination with the beer, though.
I bet it is.
It really brings out like the hoppy note from the beer.
That's why Morgan pairs out his juices for the beer.
After vaping that, this is not just a general-the-mill mass-produced beer. This tastes like a craft beer now.
He's going to do a pair up now. He's going to do the Morgan pair now when he's going to pair his beer up with the beverage.
Nah, that's not my cup of tea.
There you go. You can, lemon goes nice with a cup of tea, actually.
I'm out of tea. It's not English tea either. I don't have any old grey laying around.
I don't know. Don't know what you're missing.
What's a lemongrass with honey and lemon in it?
That's not tea. It's a herbal remedy.
I love the honey flavor. Matter of fact, that's one of the things that actually appealed to me. I got sent to me a Hunky Vape coffee that I vaped, and I've made a couple bottles of it since then.
Wow.
But it can be overpowering after a while, the honey in there. But it's a delicious, curious flavor. You're like, okay, this is a coffee. You're getting all the coffee notes, and then there's like lingering honey, and it's like, that's the oddball that makes it an all-day vape capable liquid. Wow. And one of the things that I got myself for Christmas, my wife gave it to me, is the Flavor Bible. Now, this is a Flavor Bible literally teaching you how to pair up different flavors to accentuate different other flavors and dishes. And it doesn't just apply to food, it also applies to when you're making DIY stuff. So when you start making 2 recipe mixes, you know, let's say you take 2 fruits and you want to find a complementary flavor to put in there, you can look up in the Flavor Bible and they give you a list of different types of flavors that complement or add to the flavor combination that you already have. I've yet the chance to read it. I've just perused through it, and there's literally lists upon lists of different flavors and all the things that go well with it. And it's used by renowned chefs to create, you know, Michelin star recipes.
I really forgot how good that is. I took out this mod, and it's an absolutely awesome mod.
What is it?
Yeah. Philosophy and Paranormal.
Ah, yeah.
This thing is an awesome piece of kit. I've got it on the replay mode, and if you can actually see that, guys. If it'll zoom, but get zoomed in with the actual replay. It's where you pretty much take a puff. It'll remember them settings, and you just tell it to keep them settings. And it does gives you that exact same date and replay mode. One of the main features of the DNA boards at the time, the replay mode, will give you the That vape you've set up, you set your vape up, you know, if you don't like it, or you'll change the wattage. And as soon as you get that vape that you like, you hit that replay and it will do its damn best to replicate that vape every time. So it's an awesome board. That's the good thing about the DNA boards. I mean, you know, I like the EVs as well, but the DNA boards with that replay mode, I forgot how good it is.
I haven't tried that yet.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'll have to try that. I'll pull out the my DNA reference mod and try setting that up in there.
I mean, you've got to have the coils, you know, for like the NI80s or whatever. You've got to have your thingy coils. Not work off Campbell, for example. You've got to have, you know, your proper coils in there so you can read them. But once you get it, honestly,
for temperature control.
Yeah.
Stainless steel or something.
Wow, man! I forgot how good that is.
We've had some fantastic devices released out there.
I've had that for years. I forgot how long that is. And then panels are interchangeable. You can get the wooden ones, or you get some carbon fiber ones. You can pop the panels up and change them. They're really good mod. This is the paranormal. I forgot how good it was. It's the old DNA 250C board. That's what's got in it.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, the reference mod's only a 75C. I bought the actual 250C board to put into the mod, but I haven't had a chance to use it. And I'm not going to just waste it. My plan is whenever this one goes, the Dovepo Odin, I'm going to pull the board out of this one and put the DNA 250C in there. And I'm going to have myself the expensive version of this mod.
Wow, man, the replay mode on that is really, really good. It's just the perfect vape every time.
This gingerbread is fantastic.
Awesome.
Never thought for this year for Christmas, gingerbread was going to be my vape. I was convinced it was going to be eggnog.
Eggnog.
Yeah. I mixed up that eggnog recipe that was sent to me, and it's still sitting there.
I've never had either, so I kind of really.
4 to 6 weeks it takes for that to reach its full ripened potential.
Oh, wow.
So after New Year's, I'll be able to try it.
That would be good. That would be awesome.
Do you have that recipe for blueberry cotton candy on ELR? The wife says that she would like to try that one. Actually, I don't know. Let me go and take a look at my recipes. I originally started with just Liquid Barn Blue Raspberry.
I was just
very simple. Mix that up at 8%, and you're going to end up with a blue raspberry. Just a very simple blue raspberry flavor. Single recipe ingredient, essentially a one shot. And then what I ended up doing was I ended up taking sweet strawberry and throwing that in there. Let me go and pull up the recipe.
Thank you, Flavrz. There you go. Okay, Vape, what happened to the candy cane? Don't worry, Vape. Your gingerbread and candy cane are in your pack. Yes.
I still have it here. My wife's like, why don't you nick it up? I'm like, well, I vaped a bunch of it, and I don't know exactly what's in here. I'd have to pour it into a 60 ml bottle, so I put the right amount in there. I don't want to be making it a 10 milligram concentration because I'm off by a gram. So
you like that candy cane?
I love this gingerbread. I can't get over it. My wife tasted it, and she's like, no, gingerbread, no. But for me, this has been a perfect holiday vape. I love it.
It could be an acquired taste, but not everybody likes it.
I wouldn't be able to vape this all year long like my blue raspberry cotton candy. And speaking of which, there's a simple recipe. Just like that. Nothing fancy. 8% of the blue raspberry. Put 0.5% of super sweet in. Sometimes I put 1% in, 1.5%, 2%, and then 2% of sweet strawberry. just to give it a little twist. And I've substituted out that sweet strawberry for juicy orange Capella, just to give it a little different flavor. And one of the flavors I just placed the order for was cranberry. Flavrz had mentioned the cranberry is one of the ones that you put into like Keep It 100. That might be their secret ingredient that gives you that unrecognizable note in there that makes it distinctly their OG blue.
You know, that would be a good one. Cranberry jam. I love cranberry. Oh, another sweet cranberry from your turkey. That would be an amazing beer, that.
Yeah, one of the flavors I ordered was a scone.
A scone or a scone?
Yeah.
That's the question. A scone or a scone? That is the question.
Fantastic flavors.
It's the old scenario where you say tomato and I say tomato.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's a simple recipe right there. Started off as a single flavor one shot. You know, I got mine from Liquid Barn because that's where I originally ordered the starter kit. Matter of fact, I still have a bunch of their starter kit bottles. You know, you've got peach. You can mix that up at 10%. There's peppermint, 6%. Vanilla bean cream, 11%. Lots of different ones. The only one that I did not like at all was their cinnamon roll. There was no sweetness to it whatsoever. It was just imagine making a cinnamon roll without any sugar in it whatsoever.
Ew.
Did not like it.
Ew.
Mm-mm. But there's been people that have used that and added some icing into it. Came up with a beautiful cinnamon roll. Add the icing, add some super sweet, and you can get a legit cinnamon roll out of it. But I also was a little hesitant about the fact that, you know, cinnamon is one of those flavors that you got to be really careful of, because if it has cinnamon aldehyde, that's technically as bad as smoking.
I've tried a cinnamon rice pudding, and the cinnamon was just too much. Just that's all you got. You got no the creamy rice pudding. It was just cinnamon. It was vile.
But as time has gone on, the vaping industry has reacted to the scare news, that scaremongering that's out there. A lot of the recipes and a lot of the ingredients that you get now are DAP free. That's why there's a V2 version of those ingredients.
Yeah.
And they're actually marked in here, like the baked cinnamon roll from Liquid Barn has a cautionary warning on it. And now it's not loading. And it tells you exactly why there's a cautionary warning in there. It has acetonin. That's part of the DAP. DAP, diacetyl acetonin and pyopine, or I don't even know how to pronounce it right off the top of my head.
One is that shit. That's a no-no.
But if you look down through your ingredients, you know, it tells you legit. And it gives you the warning of what's in there and at what percentage it's actually mixed in the actual flavoring ingredient. Now, the damage is in the dosage. Okay, so just because it has that ingredient in there does not necessarily mean that it's going to give you toxic results. Because if you look at it, in the flavoring ingredient, they mixed it in at 0.0015% for acetaldehyde. Now, granted, acetaldehyde, when the chemicals mix together and break down over time, can result in the creation of diacetyl and acetaldehyde and, you know, these other ingredients. But you figure it's in the flavoring at 0.0015%. You're putting that in your recipe at 1%. And then vaporizing it with all that VG. How much of it actually ends up inside your body? That's why this kind of science should be made public for everyone to be able to learn from, and not be considered an industry trade secret or something that the FDA should hold on to. The FDA should create a list of ingredients that say, if you use these ingredients, then you're not going to have any issues, because this is what the average end result is going to be in your body. But there's nobody paying them to do that kind of science and release it to the public. Industry has to do it to get their products approved. So they do the testing, they do the HDCPs, HP, I forget what it's actually called, the testing, to determine, you know, how much this builds up.
Yeah, they want the suppliers to do all the donkey work. They just want to make the decisions, don't they?
Yeah. So if you know, that's something that concerns you, then don't use those ingredients that have those depths in them. Or come to the realization, you know, that is something that you are ingesting into your body. But considering, you know, how much damage I've done to my body after 30 years of smoking, Camel Wides, Marlboro Menthols, and anything else that they come out that was brand new that they had a free coupon for, try this. I've done so much damage to my body that this stuff can't possibly even come close to what damage I've already done to it. But if you're concerned about it, look at all the recipes, all the flavoring ingredients that are out there that don't have any of this stuff in it. So you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but the
Piece of cake.
When you quit smoking, your lungs do clean themselves out a bit. And it takes a while to do so, but, you know, 10 to 15 years apparently to make your lungs are back to normal. Pretty much.
Yeah. Awesome sauce. Well, I think we have time for one more random recipe. Got all these new ingredients here, and let's try and find some kind of recipe that has them in it.
Flavrz there's commonly says the flavor warnings are there for atomizing the flavors. Normally the flavors are consumed, not atomized or vaped. Hence, as a vapor can be harmful as these are made to be added to foods or drinks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the next sentence.
Yep. That's why we have taken out all of these ingredients from our flavor range, as we cannot control how they are used. They are safe, no matter what types they are used. Again, it's down to the end user and how the end user does use it at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't control what these people are going to do with it, or whether they're going to pour them in their gas tank, or whether, you know, they're going to dump it into a muffin, or whether they're going to use it to make e-liquid. But the industry as a whole, especially the ones that sell these flavors to us, have moved away from the ones that they know to have harmful levels of these things, or create harmful levels when mixed with other ingredients that are similar. And you can literally add the amount on top of each other. And the flavorings have gotten to be a lot safer than what they were 10 years ago when they first came out with this stuff, when they didn't know anything about this.
A prime example of misuse was obviously them TNT pot. You know, that acetate down the liquid. You see it's breathing up, you know, so that's an extreme.
Can you guys hear him okay? I don't know if it's just me.
I'll sit too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello. Hang on, where's my mic? I've got good sound levels on my mic. Like it's sitting there halfway up.
I think it's the fact that I'm sending music back to you, and the music's getting played, and the sound is
I could try bringing me in. We'll have a look at touch. I could just do that. Let us do that. Why would you let us do that? Automatically adjust microphone volume. Uncheck. Get that boy up. How's that?
okay.
Hello. That better?
Okay.
It had
Let's go on.
It had automatically adjust volume. That's probably why it was a bit cack. There you go. Manually.
Yeah, my Canon camera does the same thing and tries to automatically adjust the volume, and I'm like, no, I want to set it at one point, and that's where it's at. If I need to get closer to the microphone, I'll get closer to the microphone.
That was actually Zoom. The Zoom was doing it there. Bastard.
Now it sounds fantastic.
Yeah, there you go.
Even Pam says better.
Sorry, folks.
These settings change all the time. Just like I was telling him before the thing, I did a bunch of updates and found a bunch of updates to the plugins inside of OBS, and rearranging the cameras forced me to take a closer look at what was going on in there. So I've cleared up a lot of issues, and there's still some residual ones, but those are inherent to OBS lately. This latest version. That's why they're coming out with the version 29 so quickly. But let's see if we can come up with another random recipe, maybe something that's using some of these new flavors that I picked up.
Does that sound okay?
I think you're getting a little ridiculous. But that's just my take on the situation. Listen, as long as they can hear you. I know it was getting to be like, did it slip out of my ear, or is it really hard for them to hear you?
I don't know. Like I said, the son's VR and I think it's Steam or something. I've got a load of games on where you can connect them up to your VR. So he's been in mucking about with settings.
Yeah, and I keep having a problem with OBS saying encoder overloaded. It's only like 20% usage, and then every once in a while it just drops to 0 and then comes back. For no reason, I can't find any cause of it. It's got to be a Windows issue. Like I showed you a couple episodes back, we were talking after the stream about how when I go to use File Explorer to look at a folder, how it literally just goes through and lists each individual thing one by one by one by one. And you've got to wait like 30 seconds for it to show you what the contents of a folder is.
Yeah.
That's a Windows problem, and there's no way to fix it.
I'm sure they would eventually. I mean, like I say, I think that's why I took my time moving over to Windows 11. I wanted to make sure that all the bugs were gone, or most of the bugs were gone. Because every time you start to do a new release of something, there's got loads of bugs and crap in it, you know. So,
well, that's better. I think the noise suppression was reacting to the music that you were sent.
Oh, well.
Now that I've shut that off being sent to you, now all of a sudden it's a lot clearer.
Oh, well. We'll suss that one over now.
Yeah, we'll have to get you back on headphones, or maybe get you one of these thingies. That way the noise suppression doesn't hear any of it. So what are we going to make?
Oh, what are we going to make?
The definitive 3-banger custard.
Oh.
Buttercream, super sweet, vanilla bean ice cream from Capella and TFA, and vanilla custard from Capella, and vanilla swirl.
Holy mother of God, that looks gorgeous.
Wow.
You cannot sit and make that and torment me with that. Like, I'm sorry, you cannot do that.
Okay.
Of course you can.
Yeah, I'm just going to do this, and then I want to save it, and I'll come back to it later.
I bet you will.
Because that's something that's literally going to take a long time to steep out anyway.
It will, like.
Peachy pear. Well, I'm talking about a simple recipe. 7.5% of peach, juicy peach, 7.5% of pear, 15% flavoring, equal balance of both. No.
They're both pretty prominent flavors, then. They want to overthrow the other one.
Lemon cheesecake and lemon meringue tart, 1 shot.
Holy moly. Interesting.
Developed 2-banger.
Lemon cheesecake. Strength 2 mg. Have you got the flavors? That's the question.
Lemon meringue tart, 1 shot from Vape Train. And lemon cheesecake, SSA.
Where's
The SSA. Yes. Lemon cheesecake SSA. All right.
Sounds interesting, mate.
Two recipe banger.
Recipe banger. Let's rock and roll. Awesome.
Let's adapt it. Because we're making 30 mils. And I'm going to do it without any sweetener.
What? No sweetener?
I'm just curious to see. It's supposed to be a 2 recipe banger. Let's see if my tastes are much sweeter than theirs. I suspect it will, but sweetness is something you could always add later.
That's what
and
I'm
if
saying.
you add 1% and it's not enough, you can add another 1%.
Yeah. But normally, like I say, you find the simple recipes are the good ones. You know what I mean? Nothing overcomplicated. Couple of flavors, boom, bash, bong, you're away.
Yeah, because the simple recipes, there's less of a chance of interaction between flavoring ingredients.
That's what I mean. Hence probably why some of the more complex recipes might need a bit of steep time as well, you know, because you've got to get all them different flavors and stuff to blend properly or balance out, you know what I mean?
5% of the Vape Train Lemon Meringue Tart is going to be 1.5 grams.
Wow.
In a 30 ml.
That's cool. You think how much VG and PG you put in, there's that little tiny bit in the bottom's what's going to give all that yumminess.
And lemon cheesecake, 1.2 for 4%.
Mm. There's a message from your better half for you, sir. Hunky, it's time to clean the craft broom, but I need to watch my documentary. Can I bother you for the login for Peacock? I have you on the big screen, so no worries. Oh,
it's
dear
the
me.
Comcast login.
I love
All
it.
right, 4.67 for our PG.
Well, you don't want to be watching me on a big screen, Mrs. H.
She is.
Oh my God. You'd be able to see all my wrinkles now.
So there's all of the PG ingredients.
Ah, pretty delicious that. Oh. And now for the top up. Bloody lovely. Shake, 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 baby, shake it, baby, for me. Shake, shake, shake it, man. Oh, here we go.
It's vibrating right off the table.
That looks like an adult toy. If you forgive me. There you go.
Dusty Country Road brings up a very interesting question here. Darren just answered him and says that, you know, send him an email and he'll get it sorted out. Well, because these are all now being sold as flavoring ingredients used for any type of flavoring, this is something that they aren't doing nowadays as a common thing, putting the actual percentages to use it. Because if they put the percentages on there to use it, somebody that's making a muffin is going to try and put 8% of the batter recipe at 8%. You know what I mean? And they're going to be like, that's just way too bad, and they're not going to buy any flavorings. This is something the vaping suppliers used to put on bottles. So us that are out there DIYing it, then...
Well, the information's there.
Yeah, then the information's there for us vapors. But when this is being sold for candy manufacturing and food made manufacturing, you literally need to take this percentage and adjust it accordingly for what recipe you're going to be putting it in, or what the end product is going to be. So there we go. We have our lemon cheesecake. And being that this is a cheesecake, it's going to take time for that to develop. So I think we're going to mix it up and save it for next week, and that'll be the first thing that we try.
Mrs. H has said, you act like I know the login, LMAO.
She actually does know my passwords.
Exactly.
My email address and my password.
Exactly. I like that.
Actually, your username and password for Comcast should work too. If we want to be honest about it.
There you go.
So there we go.
Educate.
I'm not used to having this camera right in front of me. Simple lemon cheesecake.
Love it.
So we'll set that off to the side.
Give that a week.
That
and give
wraps
it a
up
go.
our random recipe.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, what a fantastic day.
Yeah, Flavrz there said even cosmetics is only 4%, where candles are around 12%. There you go.
Yeah.
I think I see
Something
the
has
more
to be tailored and customized to each industry that uses these things, and there's quite a bit of them. Even the pharmaceutical industry. When you go to take these medications that already have, you know, scents and flavors to them, where do you think they get them from? The same place that we get our vape ingredients from.
Mm-hmm. Well, believe it.
Ooh.
Everybody supplied the same thing for different uses. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's one big.
And actually, the original flavor manufacturers that create the chemicals, they have multiple variations of it. I was watching a podcast the other day where they were talking about how a commercial manufacturer was making liquids and they placed an order for their normal flavorings that they get. Well, the original manufacturer of the flavors, when they packaged that bottle, they mislabeled it.
Oh.
And they legit sent them out a commercial flavor for a product that is widely available out on the marketplace and is in somebody's beverage.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't remember the name of the actual company, but it was like, you know, like a Red Bull type thing where they sent the flavoring out and it was the actual formulation for the actual commercial product out there.
Oh dear.
And they tasted it and they're like, wait a minute, this isn't our formulation. This tastes exactly like, oh, I know what it was. It was iced tea. It was an iced tea that's out there that's sold commercially.
Ah, right.
And they mixed it up and they're like, wait a minute, this isn't our iced tea recipe. This is what your commercial flavor tastes like. Username and password from Comcast. You don't know your password for Comcast? If it's your username. That's okay.
I'm sure he's going to tell everybody live on YouTube your password. You know, not a problem. Hello, William Dobson. How are you? Dun, dun, dun. This message will self-destruct in 15 seconds. Flavrz Concentrate says, he says his raspberry, or their raspberry, sorry, is used in a very popular medicine. It is one of the largest sellers. Yes, the code of the flavor is important. Glad it was not us. Good stuff, man.
Bingo!
Oh.
Thanks, baby.
Good to go.
Does that mean you're on now? Bingo.
She's happy. She's happy because she got this new tablet, a new iPad for Christmas, so she can do her crafting and stuff. She can literally hand draw the things rather than having to buy somebody's or go create it on, you know, like Photoshop or something, and then create the SVG file. She can literally use the pen and draw what she wants, create the widths of the fonts and everything, and she's got beautiful handwriting, calligraphy style handwriting. And then she can literally take that after she's done, save it as an SVG file, and then save that or send that over to her craft printer, and it will literally cut that out of vinyl.
Yeah, the cutter.
So she's come a long way with that stuff too, man. When she first made it, it was like elementary type stuff, and now she's got some of the stuff that she's made that's just, I don't know how she does it.
Tell her to do a
YouTube. The cup, you can't figure it out.
Tell her to do a YouTube channel on crafting. There you go.
I was going to. She wants no parts of it.
My wife's the same. She does it, but she'll not. Tina says, well, you don't have to show your face, or you can just have a camera pointing down, showing your hands, making it. You don't have to show who you are. Yeah. You know what I mean?
She actually watches a lady that does that kind of crafting and stuff, and she literally takes orders on her live streams and makes it on the next live stream.
Exactly.
And she's charging like $60 or $75 for these cups. And they're nowhere near as artistic as some of the ones that my wife has done.
Hey, man, I mean, my wife does a lot of card making as well. And she looks on that Etsy where they won't sell them. And, you know, there's some cards on there that look like a 5-year-old's made it. You know what I mean? They're selling for like £9-10 each. And you're like,
yeah,
how? How is that happening? How?
Yeah, this lady that she watches has like 20,000 followers watching her make these cups and placing orders. She has more orders than she knows what to do with. My wife loves the artistic aspect of it. She loves being able to go, I want to make this today. I'm going to make a checkerboard pattern. Looks like a plaid shirt, you know, red and black plaid shirt. And then on top of that, I'm going to take and put, you know, something that just pops in her head that she wants to do.
Oh, yeah.
She's done custom orders for people, and it's a pain in the arse because you'll send them and say, okay, here's the proof. Here's what the concept looks like. This is what I'm doing. Is this what you want? Well, could you make this a little bit bigger and change this out for this and do this? And And like, okay, since she spends another day coming up with a new conceptual design, is this what you want? Yeah, that looks good. And then you go to make it, it looks exactly like the drawing side by side. And they're like, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, it is.
This is what you approved. This is what it looks like. There's no difference between the two of them. Why are you unhappy?
Yeah, no, I get that. Like,
so. Anyway.
William Dobson is still finding bits of wrapping paper around the house, so the cleanup continues.
My wife's doing the same thing. And then for us, that's constantly the fact that the dogs tear the heck out of their toys. You know, we get a bark box once every other month with a new toy in it, and it's warranted. If they rip it to shreds, they'll send you a brand new one for free of charge. And there's constantly little floof balls from their toys that are just being ripped out. You go and you clean, you vacuum one day, the very next day you've already got stuff all over the place.
Oh yeah, mine's the same. It's terrible for some of the toys. Like,
so you just get to the point where it's like, you know what? This can wait every couple days. We don't need to do it every single day. It is what it is. It's a fact of life. It's a pointless.
It is.
It's an exercise in futility.
I think they like it when you do that. That's the animal's way of winding you up. Say, he's cleaned up, has he? There you go, clean that one up. That's not stupid.
She was like, why did you give me these headphones? I don't really need them. I only needed them when I went on my trip to Minnesota. Well, now there's a perfect example. She can listen to her podcast, her documentary in her headphones, and have the TV on playing with us in the background as well.
Hallelujah. How do you take all that? How do you cope with all that?
It takes a little getting used to, like, you know, hearing you in here, and when you have your ears with an earbud in, you don't hear anything else around you, and then your voice is louder because the resonance of your voice in your skull, you know, so it takes some getting used to, but
yeah, it'd be weird, wouldn't it?
It's like being on YouTube. You get used to it. You get used to the camera. Instead of looking at that, instead of looking at your face, you know, looking at the camera when you're talking.
Oh,
William Dobson says, my little girl wanted Play-Doh, so that isn't helping the problem. I remember when my kids were that young and they used to have Play-Doh in the Play-Doh factory. They would sit in there and they're pressing out these little I-beams and stuff, and then they grow up too fast. Appreciate the time you have with them now.
Plasticine was another one. That was that went rock hard. That went off. Jesus Christ. You go around the carpet, stand little plasticine balls in your bare feet. Yeah. Ooh, what the hell was that?
Oh, I'm glad that my kids have outgrown the Lego stage.
Oh God.
They've had Legos since they were toddlers. They had this big yellow school bus full of the big blocks that they had.
Oh,
and they used to build walls and houses and all kinds of stuff with them. And then they moved on to the small Legos. Don't step on those. Oh,
I'll tell you what it is.
Wish that torture on my worst enemy.
They're probably the best burglar alarm you'll ever have. Just scatter some under each window, each door, whatever. Whoever walks in is going to go.
Home Alone nailed that exactly right. Glass Christmas ornaments and Legos. That's all you need. That the burglar proof the house.
Ouch. I'm talking from experience. I've done that before. It doesn't take a load of a big pile, just that one little brick that's just sticking out enough for you to stand on, and that's all you need.
Well, I thought I was free and clear of it until this morning when I walked downstairs. My dogs love to take the 2-liter plastic bottles or even like the smaller Coke bottles. And after you drink it, you just screw the cap on real tight, and my wife will throw it out there for the dogs to play with, and they'll slap it around for a while. Eventually, they get bored of it, and they'll lay down and grab the bottle and chew the top off of it, spit it off to the side, and then chew the top, stepping on one of those chewed up pop caps.
Yeah.
Reminded me of the days when my children had Legos that we were stepping on.
I think my son still has it, but it's more like the more advanced Lego now. He's got for Christmas, I think he got a Darth Vader head, you know, that you make out of Lego, and obviously when it's made, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I'm just saying, whatever you do, don't drop any.
Yeah, my son got into those advanced Star Wars ones that they had. You'd have the whole ship and you'd build the whole thing. Millennium Falcon. This thing was like this big. It was huge.
He's a massive fan like Minecraft, so he used to get the Lego sets with the Minecraft scenarios as well. So, but yeah, I've been many a day when I've screamed, stand on Lego. Not good.
But like I was telling them earlier, the kids grow up so fast. Next thing you know, they're out of the house, they're on their own, starting a family of their own. And you miss those days when, you had those little annoyances constantly.
Especially when they're teenagers and they're moody. My God.
Yeah, and the debate is still out on who's worse, the boys or the girls at that age.
Oh, girls, no doubt.
My daughter, knock on wood, has been pretty good so far. Yeah, she's had her moments, but the boys had their moments too.
I've got two daughters, one boy, and the boy is so laid back. He just said, he just goes, huh, and then gans off to his room. No argument, he just goes, huh. Grunts, goes off to his room. The girls, oh my God.
Yeah, with my boys, it was always a competitive thing. They were told, go play or something. And it was fine for a while. After an hour or two, one of them got annoyed at the other one, and next thing you know, they're fighting over some toy that they both have. It's like the dogs, when you go to throw a ball for them to fetch or something, and they'll bring it back. Eventually, the other dog's going to say, I don't want to play with my toy. I want to grab the one off the other dog.
Oh, yes.
You always think it's better for what the other person has. And life will teach you that grass isn't always greener on the other side of the fence.
William Dobson is asking what we're vaping on. Well, quite a bit, actually.
You go first.
I'm just vaping on the yellow mess butter vapes. This is practically the last of it. I've got the last of it in this one, and I've got the last of it in this one, because I've deliberately, on purpose, not bought. Oops, sorry, I've just dropped something. I've deliberately on purpose not bought any juice at all because I knew I was getting a package, so I'm going to be mixing. Thank you to Mr. DJ Alex Hunky Vape.
You're very welcome, sir.
There you go.
I got my gingerbread one shot. Still vaping that in the Arbiter.
Ooh.
I got the bubblegum one shot in this one. This is the Freemax Maxis Max. And in here's the Peachy Malone. Those are my three primary ones.
What have I got in this one? Oh, I've got that one in here. This is the one. I tell a lie. This is the one I couldn't wait to steep for. This is this is the Prince, right? And that's what's sitting in here. What's this? I think this is the Blaze Art here by Mike Vapes and Thunder Creations. On top of, by any chance, what would you say this one is called again?
The Asmodus Lustro.
There you go. We're again
in Dimitri Pink.
Exactly. Courtesy of the gentleman sitting with me.
I gave you a choice. You could have had the yellow. You're like, I don't like that. That's too ostentatious. So I sent you what I thought was kind of a purple color.
No, that was nowhere near purple, really. Nowhere near. I think it was a deliberate ploy myself. Like, I really do.
Well, maybe.
Go on, I'll send him a shot in pink. See what he does with this.
Actually, this goes to the heart of the matter is my wife has always wanted a true purple device, true purple mod. I have yet to find one that is actually a real nice dark purple.
That one I had last week, the mag, the old Smocks mag, that was purple.
Yeah?
Purple. Not pinky purple, purple.
Yeah, there was another Smock one that's got a big screen on the front of it that's a little bit darker purple than this one. More like the box, that kind of a purple. But she never got into that one. She was quite happy with the Aegis tank that she was using, the Legend.
Yeah.
I mean, that legend will not die.
Oh, they're awesome. I've still got 2 of them, mate. They're absolutely still going.
Yeah. The battery, the door, the little rubber seals have all ripped off of them and stuff, but that mod just keeps on going.
Mine are still all complete and wow, tremendous. I've got the one with the big screen. What was it, the Aegis X or something? The one with the big, massive screen. And I've got the original Legend still sitting there.
Works fantastic.
Awesome, man.
Well, sir, I think we're going to wrap it up for the day. What's Dusty Country say? Prince is fabulous.
The Prince is a fabulous vape. Hope you like it. Oh, I do. I could probably do a bit more of a steep, but I couldn't wait because that's just what I am.
Is it sweet enough for you?
Yeah, man. Lovely.
Good.
Absolutely lovely.
It just goes to show you that everybody has different tastes. When I got it, I tried it, and I'm like, this is good, but it needs a little bit more sweetness for me. Make it a little bit more like a pudding.
It's good. I wouldn't say no to a bit more sweet, I like, but the base there is lovely, nice.
Well, that's based on his recipe, so
yeah,
that's why I was sending it to you the way it is, and I'm like, if it's not sweet enough, now you got a little super sweet you can throw in there and
get in
make
there.
It to your heart's content, or you might love it the way it is. I mean, that recipe is a long-standing recipe that's been public for 6-10 years, maybe.
I don't know if he's done an update on them. I'm sure he's up because he's got a line, hasn't he? The thingy line. So I don't know.
I think the manufacturer of the thing updated it with the modern flavors so that it's a safer thing and it meets current TPD requirements.
I think they'll have put sweetener in it, like a bit more in it.
Yeah. But that's like something that comes to the light is that, you can get different cast numbers for the same flavor and they just have different levels of the other chemicals in there. Yeah. And for TPD compliance, I even heard about LabWorks talking about this, that for TPD compliance, it would be very simple for the vaping industry universally to adopt the cast numbers that have the known values for the safety of these ingredients that we have.
Yeah.
But there's no documentation requirements that, force them to do that.
Again, like I say, you've highlighted there the safety values of, the flavorings and all that. And like I say, on the other side of the coin, with all the carry-on that's going on in the US, and everything's going to be black market, you're not going to have that control anymore, are you? And you don't know what you're going to get.
Exactly.
That's the danger.
That's why over-regulation and burdensome regulations are literally going to create a thriving black market that's going to be universally found in every country across the planet. Mm-hmm. You can't eliminate consumer desire simply by banning something.
Yeah. And you're not going to know what's in it.
Nope, not at all.
Nobody regulating it, so they'll be putting anything in it. And then say they do put something that does do you harm, and that's when you're going to be more negative effects for the vape industry. You're vaping this, people are dying.
But realistically, I mean, look how long we smoked before we started to realize what the harms of smoking truly was on our own personal bodies firsthand. It's going to take that same amount of time for us to figure out what's going on with the vaping stuff.
It was 10 years to be exact since the Royal College of Physicians warned you. It took us 10 years.
Yeah.
Because then everybody started suing the shit out of the tobacco companies as well.
And now we have the Royal College of Physicians telling us, listen, this is a safer alternative product for those smokers that don't want to quit or can't quit. If you put this on the market, you can save so many lives and so much money in your healthcare costs and your burdensome regulations, and even in the prohibition regulation and the police force and the jails. And
you'll be about 60 by the time they realize.
Yeah. Well, I'm not giving up. I'm going to be here until that happens.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. It's, it's got you off the cigarettes and it's keeping you off the cigarettes, so why give it up?
Exactly. As long as I have this, I have no desire to go and have a cigarette.
Yeah.
And I don't mind being around smokers. Her brother still smokes. And like, we go somewhere or something and he's in the car and he wants to light up, go ahead, I don't care. Crack your window. Doesn't bother me.
She has a fag at the door and have a vape next to her. She's smoking on vape. Doesn't bother us now. Absolutely not at all.
That's how I knew that the vaping was going to be my smoking cessation cure. Because I could be around smokers and it didn't bother me one bit. They could have their
Because, like,
smoke. I have my vape.
Sometimes you get like, I mean, I've come across in the past where you've had ex-smokers who give in other ways, you know, before vaping was around, but they've still said they could just pick a cigarette up at any time and start again. You know what I mean?
If this was banned and my house burned down to the ground until I got new stuff, that's what I would probably do.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I have all these things to keep me preoccupied. And now the
This is
crafting
it.
aspect of vaping takes it to a whole new level.
Well, it's you know, it's a hobby as well. It's just an interest and a final thing for you to do. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Best
I was
to best.
totally flabbergasted about subbing out one flavor ingredient, totally ruining that recipe.
That's
But
odd.
when
like,
you
isn't it?
have that right ingredient from the right manufacturer in there, it's a perfect, beautiful recipe.
Well, I suppose it's like when you think that you're going to make a cherry pie and you replace it with plums or prunes, then it's going to fuck it. You know what I mean? It's the same principle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, there's only so much you can bend a recipe before it no longer has that characteristic and is interesting.
it is. It's just weird setup, man. I think William's leaving to sort his children out, so take care, William.
Yes, I do think it's time for us to wrap it up. We've been going at it for 3 hours.
Again, damn me.
Again, time flies when you're having fun, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
You and I
Well,
can sit here for 5-6 hours yapping away and stuff, but
it doesn't feel like it though, does it? You know what I mean? And you look at the clock, but
yeah, I think for the audience sake, I think it's time for us to wrap it up. So my wish is always peace, love, and a hunky vape to end cigarette combustion. Hope you all have a fantastic day. And we'll see you same time, same place next week.
Just reiterating on what Alex has said, this show is not the same without you guys in chat. You know, you make the show. We absolutely love having you here and absolutely appreciate it. Again, I hope you've had a fantastic Christmas, you know, and you're enjoying your holidays, although some of us will be going back to work. You know, is it New Year? Yeah. We'll not see you New Year, so you have a very peaceful and prosperous New Year, boys and girls. Again, we'll see you same place, same time next week. Take care, everyone.
Have a great day.
I never felt tomorrow closing in this fast. Oh, I guess time's in a rush. Leaves are falling down, but at least they grow back while I'm on a one-way track. Now I know what it means to grow old. Yeah, now I know the time I've got